This is a kind of strange story, unusual story, and it has a lot of cultural overlay, but we'll see what we can do with it. Entitled 10 Successors. Zen pupils take a vow that even if they are killed by their teacher, they intend to learn Zen. Usually they cut a finger and seal their resolution with blood. I'm not familiar with this at all. This is not part of my experience. In time, the vow has become a mere formality, and for this reason, the pupil who died by the hand of Ikaido was made to appear a martyr. Ikaido had become a very severe teacher. His pupils feared him. One of them on duty, striking a gong to tell the time of the day, missed the beats when his eye was attracted by a beautiful young woman passing the temple gate. At that moment, Ekido, who was directly behind him, hit him with a stick, and the shock happened to kill him. The pupil's guardian, upon hearing of the accident, went directly to Ekido. Knowing that he was not to blame, he praised the master for his severe teaching. Ekido's attitude was just the same as if the pupil were alive. After this took place, he was able to produce under his guidance more than 10 enlightened successors, an unusual number. So this is a strange story. Now, it is the case that in Japan, I've heard of very severe beatings, hittings in some so-called teaching centers. And there is perhaps a cultural and historical foundation that people used to teach children with corporal punishment, that beatings, hittings, spankings were considered a normal part of child raising. So there's that piece from the old days. It is not healthy now. It is not regarded as healthy now. It does not tend to lead to well-developed people. Secondly, it is the case that if someone is being pushed, really pushed, to go beyond themselves, to make the most of their life, to do their best, if you have a coach that is cheerleading, pushing, doing whatever it takes to have someone rise to their very, very, very best, then it can be efficacious. I've seen in stories about the Olympics that there are some countries whose coaches are fairly brutal and very demanding. And their pupils seem to do well in the Olympics. Is that healthy? Is that desirable? Is that compassionate? Is that wise? From my cultural vantage point, it's not. So to find the middle line between not stepping over into abuse, not stepping over into, I know what's good for you, and no pain, no gain, but being able to challenge, to encourage, to really apply pressure to someone to go beyond themselves has, with certain people, certain times, certain efficacy. So this particular story about a teacher hitting and killing a student is definitely, from our cultural perspective, definitely, clearly abuse, and is not tolerated. But the underlying message of someone who trusts us so much, someone who sees our potential so deeply, and who encourages us to make full use of that, that's a wonderful gift if we encounter someone with wisdom and compassion. So my hope is that each of us can meet people who can see deeply into our hearts and know the power and the clarity and the loving kindness that is locked in there. And that they can help us turn the key to release our wisdom, our kindness. May it be so.